from
Let me let me let me give you an interesting take. Okay. I was with this agency, Women Models. Okay, they had Naomi Campbell, Kate Moss, all the top girls. They were pimping us out big time. So I have never had any plastic surgery at all. I've never touched my face or my body. I don't do filler. I used to do Botox. I stopped doing it, but I'm not into this plastic surgery, just to let you know. So my agent goes to me, the owner of Women. He said, "Hey, have you ever considered getting your nose done?" I said, "Why would I get my nose done? I'm I'm 16, 17 years old. I've made it this far in modeling. I'm signed with your agency, and you want me to go get my nose done?" So I said, "Okay, whatever. I'll go get a consultation." So I go get a consultation with this plastic surgeon. He said, "You do not need a nose job. Tell the owner of Women he's crazy." I said, "Fine." I then see this plastic surgeon at Epstein's condo, and he's on the black book. Yeah. So it's
Can
stuff
I,
like that.
can I ask a
Stuff
really
like,
weird question, right?
yeah.
Did you ever notice any girls lose their career because of botched nose jobs or botched this or botched that, that then put them in a position where they're even more desperate now and willing to do things for these people? Was that ever a tactic that you saw
I mean,
displayed?
I saw Janice Dickinson, like, she was completely botched. And then I see her at Cipriani's with 20-year-old models on the countertop, spreading her legs, acting like it's disgusting. Like, yeah, that's a typical one.
Okay,
Typical.
well, big shout out, Janice. Okay. Even when you're botched, you're still holding it down. So
Yeah, but,
let's
you know,
let's circle back, right? Because there's a theme to some of these people, and I imagine as the parties dwindle, as it goes from premiere to after party to creepy Diddy party, metaphorically speaking, after party. Did you start seeing repeating faces that kept rubbing shoulders with Epstein, and all of this whole operation?
yes.
It
Why are they there? What business does that plastic surgeon have being there? Why is he there? And he's also Naomi Campbell's plastic surgeon. How about
how
that?
how how prevalent were rumors amongst girls about being used as pawns in blackmail schemes?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. 100%.
Could you expand on that, or did you hear any stories?
Well, what do you mean? Like what kind of schemes? I mean, there's all kinds of
Well,
schemes.
for with the lore of Diddy and the lore of Epstein, there's all of these tapes and surveillance footage that no one's ever seen, and
Right.
we hear all these rumors about everything's run off blackmail, and
Yeah.
wonder, models like you, uh, taken to after parties, paired up with a celebrity, a politician, a musician, whatever, and then that footage is used to compromise the person that
Absolutely.
you were involved with. You know, was there rumors? Did you ever know anyone that was involved in anything like that? You don't have to name names or anything, but how prevalent was that in your circle within the models, the girls, the trophies that were so chased by these men?
Well, this is the thing. I figured out what's going on. What
Okay.
happens is at the Epstein condo, they invite all the big dogs, the CEOs, the big names, the celebrities, the actors, the models, and then they get the models that are like, like the ones that are working on visas, and they use them to sleep with the CEOs and the brand names of huge fashion brands. So they get women like me or Giselle or these big Victoria's Secret models. They lure them to the parties, so they're the candy, and then they get the CEO or whoever very drunk, and then they put the young ones on them, like the 15-year-olds, and they make them have sex and they film them, and that's how they blackmail them. They necessarily don't even know what they're doing. They're just getting drunk. And when they're getting drunk, they put something in their drink and then they connect them with the 15-year-old.
Yeah, and let's be honest, when it comes from
I see that a lot. That's what was going on. That's what I saw. So a lot of these men are, some of them are innocent. And then they're blackmailed, and then they're indebted slaves forever. You know what I'm
Uh,
saying? Like that's what Diddy did also to probably some actors.
let me just get ahead of the comment section. How
Listen,
how how
if you're a regular going to these parties, like I've seen the regulars, a few people that I knew, why were they there every single weekend? If you're there one time and you make a mistake and you sleep with the 15-year-old, okay, mistake, you don't go back. You don't drink, you don't do that. But if you keep coming back, you're the problem.
yeah,
You're the problem.
100%,
These
100%.
men are the problem. If they keep coming back after, if they made a mistake one time, okay, you could say, you know what? I made a mistake. Okay, you own your mistake if you get caught. But if you keep going back over and over and you're at Epstein's plane, his condo, you're going to his island all the time, you're the problem.
Yeah, and let's just put this out there. If you're a guy, you've been lured back, and there's an intention to get you in a blackmail situation, you're completely half on another planet. You've been hanging out with two 25-year-old models all night, and then all of a sudden those two models are switched out with two 15-year-olds for the cameras to roll for 10 minutes, and then they're switched back out again. These are tactics used so that you wake up in the morning and have no possible recall of anything bad happening. Okay. And I mean, listen, it's you got to understand, we as the regular folk, when we say something in our drink, all of this, we go to where our brain is educated. We've already spoken about the scopamine, right, which is what is used by these individuals to literally control someone's mind.
What is that?
Oh, listen, that's it's a naturally occurring
I mean,
toxin.
maybe that's what was in my drink when I
Well,
got.
it's usually breathed or blown onto someone, right? Because it's very easy to unalive somebody by accident with it. But effectively, if you're under the influence of that, I could say, Barbara, can you go and empty your bank account and get me all your Birkins? And you would go, no problem. And off you would go and you would do it. So imagine that in a human transportation or an island or an Epstein scenario for blackmail, for coercion, for all of that. It's terrifying, and it's the real deal. And for you to have this knowledge, there's going to be people who are saying, oh, well, you knew about it, you should have done something. What was the fear like of the reality of a model taking it all down? Do you know what I'm saying? It's an impossibility. You are expendable, you are replaceable, you are not the first one. And this is decades old of women like you seeing things and keeping stum, because it must be a terrifying concept to think.
Listen, Ron, I couldn't even say which political party I wanted to vote for. Like, that's how bad it was. Like, all my years in New York, I could never say, I'm from Texas, okay, so you could imagine. I could never talk about that. I could never. I would be banned even from that. You are owned. You are owned. You cannot talk about anything.
And that with that, we often talk about conditioning when it comes to abusive individuals. And this sounds like a culture of conditioning that we're
Yes.
talking about here.
I became also like a people pleaser from it, because I was always like, what can I do to please that person? What can I do to make that person like me more as a model? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I had to say, oh, what can I do to make that, you start thinking, and then the girls that are young and they don't have like normal parents, they're going to sleep with the guys to get them to like them. They're going to do whatever they need to. So with that mindset, and I had a healthy mindset, I was even thinking that way. What can I do so they will like me more? And in my head, I'm like, well, I can't sleep. I'm never going to do that.
So
So my agency made me fly back. I left a job and flew back to Texas because the photographer was inappropriate with me, and they made me come back. They said, if you don't come back, we're going to drop you. They told me that.
How prevalent was when you were at these parties seeing Epstein? Was Maxwell always with him? Was it always joined at the hip, or how much of a run-in did you have with Maxwell?
You know what? I could have seen her, but I probably didn't pay attention because she's so ugly. I only notice like beautiful women. She's so ugly. She's irrelevant. I wouldn't notice her there. I wouldn't notice her. She's not a beautiful person. I notice beautiful people. I remember beautiful people.
Yeah, same. And
She's irrelevant.
it's a bold statement, but I'm here for it.